So we're here with Diane and John. We're going to talk about the 1,000 questions.
The idea is to project into the future, and things have been nicely put in place. Not perfect, but put in place. We've solved many of the problems: environmental problems, medical problems, race problems, many of the problems. So the idea with the question is, how did we get there? What did we do? What did we change? What visions and dreams did we put in place that took us into a better future?
So are we sticking with the 20 years? Because that was 20 years to me, things I thought of, I couldn't imagine them happening within 20 years for things to be good. But I did think of certain things that would lead the way to that.
That's good. And also push yourself into your imagination.
Yeah.
Right? Push yourself into your imagination, because it's in some ways it's just the element of fantasizing. It's dreaming to make the dream come true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One thing I thought was education, where everyone would be educated from a young age with basically two emphasis besides obviously the usual stuff that you have to learn in school. And one would be humanistic values of caring and compassion, and really teaching kids from a young age that that person could be you. How does it feel? So they really gets incorporated not only with words but in whatever practices would help them get there.
So you know about this subject coming up?
Yeah.
Ah.
And the other thing, as far as the education from a young age, would be for everyone, for the education to help everyone discover their true passion, what they really are in essence. Maybe they mostly people find it out late in life, some kind of thing they want to do, whether it's a profession that they get all excited about, an avocation, and let them understand that they have a right, and encourage them to give them whatever they need to develop that aspect of themselves. I think if people could find that and be believed in and accepted by their parents and society for the thing they want to do, I don't think they would end up wanting to spend time hating each other and fighting and coming up with some stupid conspiracy idea or whatever. They'd have something much more intrinsic for what they really are in essence. And then, of course, I think interracial marriages of all sorts, the sooner the better. So everybody looks like they're light brown or whatever, and who is going to be hating anybody who, when your kid looks like those people that 20, 30 years ago you wondered if they should be part of your society. So I think those are the things.
Faster than you think.
Well, I thought it was. I don't know what the statistics are on that, but to me those are the things that would be very helpful.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, another one other thing I did think was, since, especially if it's going to happen sooner than 50 or 100 years later, I don't think too much can be done. I mean, it's good that some people are doing it. They're working politically, or they're working with big organizations, environmentally, or whatever their issue is. But I think that since we usually can't do that, and it's very frustrating, to develop, wherever it's possible, develop communities where these like values, where people get together and they, to the extent that they're capable of, they begin making a perfect community, humanly, environmentally, all that. And so that becomes so real that hopefully other places would see what they're doing and say, oh, okay, look at this and see, it's worth it. We're going to try it too, So develop a certain sense of community, which brings about the good.
What do you think might be the first steps to trying to develop a community in that style? It might be something different than what we're doing now, or have any thoughts
Good
there?
question. I haven't really thought about that.
Organizing people for particular things to think about and develop and talk about.
How might you do that, John?
Pick anyway.
Mhm.
Pick any subject, you know.
Mhm.
Anything that you want to develop. Just talk. You
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
People are pretty good at talking.
Yeah, I probably could start even with groups like, you know how there's parent groups when kids are in school and the parents get together and they talk, and if they could have a few of them could start having it go beyond what the kids have for their lunches or whatever, but actually getting into some of the values and the way that you could get some other parents excited and it go beyond the parents and other people, and maybe that might be one way to start.
So with existing groups.
Yeah,
just sort of,
yeah. Expanding existing groups.
What are a couple of the things that made people get to the point where they decided to restructure education and community? What, did they get tired of what we've been going through, or what pushed us into making the changes to begin with?
Discussions among adults. You know. That'd be a lot of different opinions, you know. But you could straighten it out and go to a settlement somewhere, you know. Just people working together.
Yeah.
Here's my idea. Anybody want to add to it? And off we go.
Getting there. And I suppose looking, one thing would be important is to look at people, forget all the political ways that you disagree with them intensely,
Right,
or argue their ideas and their things even they believe in that are like, you might think are really bad, and just look at them in their true essence, because when you meet people, generally you like them. They're always helpful. You need help, something happens to your car, somebody stops and gives you some advice or helps you. And I think it's kind of a natural way that people are, but all of this other stuff has got in the way.
What stuff?
Thinking other people are bad because they have views that you do not agree with, and even if you really think some of the things they do or the groups do are pretty horrific.
You have to be open-minded.
You think that you separate that from the person. The person, if they, in their essence, they're good people, and they believe what they're doing. Probably a good percent of them, not always, but they believe that they're doing something which is helpful for the country.
I think that's true with most people.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. So, God, what, like 15 minutes, banged it right out.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to stop this then.
Okay. Yeah, that was interesting.